Okay, I have the pleasure of being here with Edie Fitz. It's such an honor to know you, Edie, and you've been a true inspiration in my life. And we're here with this opportunity to ask you this question that I think could be really inspirational for many out there. What have you learned about love throughout all your years of life and experience? What can you tell us about love? What does love mean to you in your life?
Well, love is sort of like faith. You can't hold it. It's not like this. So it just has to come from your heart. You have to just really believe. And new love is the best. So if you're lucky enough to learn how to walk through life together and keep new love alive, you'll have an amazing, abundant life and live true love.
And when you say keep love alive, can you give us an example of what that looks like in your life?
Mm-hmm. Every thought that you have throughout your day is of a person who you love.
Mm.
What would they like for dinner? Every thought you have, you're thinking of them first, equally with you. But once you find that partner that you're on the same frequency and everything's aligned, can you imagine if each one of you was trying hard to do more for the other?
Yeah, it's out of balance if one tries more than the other. So how do you find that person that equally balances your love?
Mm-hmm. Like for me personally right now, I want my next partner to be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially healthy. So when you become the best version of you, and you know what you want, and you keep asking the universe for all these qualities in a partner, the universe is going to bring that partner to you.
I love that. I love the law of attractions. It seems like you work a lot with the law of attraction and are very specific about the feeling that you feel in your heart when it comes to love. That's something really special. So how would you be able to share to others that maybe don't know what that feels like? What would you tell others how to find that feeling?
Try to find some passion in your life that you love. Follow that. And my son used to take me up on the mountain by our house and sit there and overlook the whole valley. So he would take me there often. And I was running 3 businesses and on 2 cell phones. And he would tell me to put those away. And I wouldn't. And one day he locked my cell phone in the car and we walked on a hike and we came back to the rock. And I looked at this whole sunset that I had seen for 10 years. And that day I didn't see it, I felt it. I cried and cried because I saw that sunset for the first time. So I got out of my head and opened my heart, and everything in my life has changed.
I love that. I feel like I can resonate, and I feel like a lot of people out there can really resonate with that as well, because there's so many demands from society. There's always something to do in our to-do list. It's like we can never have a long enough day to get through whatever it is that we're doing. So that was a great example. I love that, and that was so beautiful. And when you say your son, who is your son that you mentioned? Because I know you have Kevin and Kyle.
Kevin took us all to up on the ridge by our house where we have this rock where we climb and hike and sit up there and meditate, and you can see the whole valley, all of the Las Vegas Valley from up there.
Amazing. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing, Edie. You have a fabulous family. I absolutely love and adore every single one of your children, and you are just such an inspiration for me. And I know that you are living such a legacy behind you, and I'm really, really honored to know you.
Thank you so
thank you
much.
so much for telling us about love from your perspective and your life experience. We love you.
Thank you.
All right, so here we have Kyle Fitzpatrick, son of Edie. Hi, Kyle. It's such an honor to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being willing to be here in our show today. It's beautiful to have the mother and the son together in this conversation about love. So I want to ask you, from your perspective and where you're at currently, what does love mean to you?
Good question. What does love mean to me? Having a full heart, feeling like my heart is full, overflowing, abundantly bettering my life in all situations. I think for me, in my opinion of the world, having a feminine and masculine balance within relationship is absolutely amazing. I know we have all our own qualities of masculine and feminine in ourselves, and that when you bring that together in relationship, true magic does happen. And what I'm witnessing right now with my beloved behind this camera giving this interview is that and that Mom was saying earlier about just being fully present and fully like having the other person on your mind, right? And wanting to please in all the ways with the self in mind, right? Take care of your own wants and needs first if you're able to in life, and then that's where you can really benefit. To be a benefit to the world is to love yourself first and foremost. Love all the parts of your body. Love yourself infinitely, and then it'll just be so easy to do that outwardly to anybody else, but especially a significant other, a loved one. So yeah, I'm having a truly spectacular season of love as we speak, and it's been the best I've ever had, and I'm truly grateful to be sharing this with my sweet Queen Veronica. What true love means to me is that you got each other's backs through the good times, through the bad. You celebrate your wins. You count your losses. You learn from them. You get back up and dust off, whatever part needs dusting, and get back into it, and just come with a full heart every day, every morning, every evening, even through your dream state. Just be in that admiration and that ability to be devoted, just that pure devotion through every waking moment of your day as well as your sleeping moment. Plan to have dreams about your loved one before you go to sleep. We do that, and we dream of each other, and it's absolutely amazing.
I love that, and wonderful to hear you say that. And at the same time, I feel like you just touched on a very important topic for many men out there, and that is self-love. So I want to go back to that statement you mentioned about loving the self first, because I feel like a lot of people out there are lost and don't know and don't understand, because they've never lived it, what true self-love means. So how did you start that relationship to arrive to that knowingness that you needed to put yourself first and have self-love for yourself to now be in the relationship, an awesome relationship that you are. So congratulations to both of us.
Yeah.
But I just want to know if you have a piece of advice to the men out there that think that self-love is all fluff and they don't really understand what true self-love really means.
Yeah. It's up to our mamas. This woman is fucking amazing. And it's really, I can attribute my self-love to my mother and her affirmating to me, if that's a word, her affirmations to me every day that you are larger than life, that you are a shining star in this world, and you have so much to offer, so much to bring to everybody in this world. So that's a big part of it, you know, how we're brought up, how we're raised in this madness, you know, and I can really thank you so much, Mama, for just being there and showing me the way of love, of unconditional love, you know. It really is a thing. And I learned how to be in love with the world unconditionally, in a sense, because of Mama Fitz. So, what can you do to love yourself more? Take more time. You know, I just heard this awesome, there's this Giorgio guy that does the $1,000 take me down and win $1,000 challenge. It's a wrestling challenge. He walks around and finds people to try to take him down, and if you can take him down, you win $1,000. Nobody can take him down, and there is a message from everybody that gets to wrestle him. They're all breathing hard. They just spent themselves physically and in this challenge, and he says, now so and so, mad respect for getting out here. It takes a lot to you know, get out here and just try it and be this physical with your body. What's your message for the day? And this last message I heard when I was watching earlier this morning is, you know, I'm from Scotland. I love to travel. I'm still young, and you know, if you're still young, just do it. You know, get out there. Don't worry about locking down your job. Just you'll find a way to make it work. Get out there and travel and learn about the world. And so I think that if you can take the time to, even if you're not traveling physically, take the time to learn about other cultures and about the world and places that you might want to travel, and print it out, cut it out, put it up on a vision board, and figure out what you want out of your life. Don't just keep going through the same grind, and because that's the matrix where you get caught up in things and to the devil's work. You know, you're not loving yourself every day. You're not loving the people around you every day. You're feeding into the train of thought being a mundane, repetitive motion instead of creating new and figuring out what to do and how to improve yourself and your life and your love. So let that be the main focus, is really loving yourself, whether that be self-touch, massage, going out in nature more and feeling the ground, you know, like put your hands on the earth and in the dirt if you can. Walk barefoot more, especially in grass. If you're in a park and there's grass, take your fucking shoes off, please. You know, that's really important to connect with and get what the medicine, the earth has this medicine, and it's all energy, right? So you're receiving this medicine in the most important part of your body that really absorbs the most, the bottom of your feet. So yeah, put your feet on the grass, and that's a good way to love yourself for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for this wonderful advice to everyone. I really can resonate with that as well. In my own journey, it wasn't until I started to love myself that I started to attract what I wanted in being nature, be close to nature. So thank you so much for this wonderful message for others of self-love. And I am so honored again to be a part of your life, Mama Fitz's life, and everyone in your family. It's just such a true honor and a blessing. Namaste.
All right, we are here. I wanted to put my beautiful Dolce Veronica into the seat, and she said, now we just need me in there interviewing alongside of, like a three-seater. So I gave her my seat, and I want to ask her a couple questions. And definitely the first one is the same that she asked us first. And Veronica, my sweet darling, what does love mean to you?
Well, I've learned that love is life. We didn't have, or love didn't exist, we wouldn't be here. So love makes up everything that we see, we touch, we drink, we sense with our senses. Like, love is the foundation. There's like building blocks that love is. And love, if you observe, it just keeps growing and it keeps expanding and it keeps making more of itself. And that, to me, is love. And now if we are going to transfer that statement that I just shared about how everything just grows and expands from love, like, because I can think of a plant or a seed, right? Before it even becomes a plant or anything, there's all this building blocks that the seed needs in order for it to grow. But everything is accessible, and the seed just wants to grow. And once it's grown, like, what is the seed going to do? It's just going to make more of itself. And we see that everywhere we go. I can even see it in the desert. There's like a tiny little flower that sprouts out of nowhere, like literally nowhere. So if we apply that to ourselves, and if we apply that in relationships, that's like the most magical essence and element to it, is just viewing a relationship from that perspective, that anything that you add to it will just grow and will amplify and continue to make itself better and bigger and brighter and more beautiful, because that is love. And so if your relationships don't feel like that, beautiful, bigger, more wonderful every day, then that means it's not true love. That someone needs to do their inner work for that relationship to really flourish. And there's a lot of people out there that don't know what true love is because they've never seen it in their own life. And I used to be one of them. That's why I can speak from this perspective. And it didn't occur to me even that I didn't know what love was. And so, just like you mentioned, my beloved Kyle, being connected to nature and starting that self-love journey to discover, and like Edie mentioned as well, what is your passion? What really brings you fulfillment or joy or happiness in that moment, and just follow those clues, and follow that alignment in your life, so that you can from there meet with true love. And you'll meet with true love in your relationships, in what you do and how you show up, in in your career, in your passions, in what matters to you most. And then from that perspective, life can only get better and better and better. So now it's like my question is always, how can life get better? Like, God, please show me how can this be much better than what it is right now. So that is what love means to me in my life now.
Love that. What a wonderful answer. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'd love to ask you one more question, if that's okay.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. What was it that you did specifically for yourself to open your own heart and come into a place of receiving my love and being open to being in relationship with me?
It's just being curious. Like, I'm someone who's like so curious, and I just want to know that question, how can life get better? And so when I've come from that place of how can this get better, I just wait to be surprised, and you surprise me every time, and how every day can get better and better, and how life is unfolding in such a magical way. And so I think I never really truly closed my heart. Maybe it seemed like that because I was wounded, and I was feeling a lot of hurt and pain, and I feel like that was part of just like breaking my heart open to feel even more love, because we cannot feel more love if we also don't feel the pain and the hurt that comes from loving. And that is love as well, because love doesn't have one face. It's all its faces, and some people are gonna come to show us who we truly are. And again, the answer is always love. And so if you find yourself not being loved, it's like, how can you forgive yourself? How can you be more tender and kind to yourself, so that you can, from that space of compassion, feel love for yourself and feel love for that other person that might have hurt you unknowingly, or not recognizing the love that was there. And that's okay. We all are playing our own roles. So in my own life, I always have thank those partners that have shown me the painful moments as well, because that was all just part of like, how can it get much better, and we have to let go of that with love and with ease and gratitude, and be ready for that next version that's always better and better. So yeah, thank you for that beautiful question.
Wonderful answer. Thank you so much. I deeply resonate with it and with you, and I'm so grateful for us and what we have in one another. So thank you so much for being here today, and for this beautiful podcast session about love. Yay, love!
Yay, love!
Yay.
We are love. Yay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.